You don't owe anyone a backstory. Not your friends, not your family, not your coworkers, not your boss. No one. You don't owe anyone a backstory, not even your own reflection. No one. And I think you know the stories I'm talking about too. When I say backstory, I mean the stories you always say about yourself, like, I'm always so disorganized. Well, you know me. I have ADHD, no. Or, I'm never following through with things. Those are not personalities. Those are actual patterns. And what we want to do is think it's our personality. We want to embrace these things about ourselves because we've been told to. We've been told to embrace who you are, and we should, and we should. But we also need to understand that these stories are not who we are. It's not our personality. These stories are not our identity. They are just patterns. Patterns that we have developed, patterns that have been placed upon us from when we were little kids. And we've just embraced it. We've decided to embrace those old stories. We carry those stories as facts, but the truth is they're just tiny self narratives about who we are, and we just kind of polish it, round those sharp edges so that we present better. But most of those stories, they're just built on survivor. Somewhere inside of you, you have been afraid. You're afraid of what someone thinks of you, what they will say about you. You are afraid to just show up like you genuinely are. The person that you are when you are alone in a room by yourself. You're in the shower and you're singing and you can't sing. Showing up. You want to hide that version of yourself. Not everyone can handle that version of yourself. That's the story you tell yourself. But the truth is, the real truth is, this is not self-awareness. This is armor. Armor so that no one will judge you before you get a chance to explain who you are. Think about that. Let that set in for just a minute. We are making excuses for who we are and how we're showing up. No. No. What if you stop saying, sorry, I'm so late. I'm always late. And you just showed up. What if? What if you stopped explaining why you were so distracted or so tired or so inconsistent, and you just were? What if? Because honestly, the truth of all of it is that the moment that you label it, the moment that you label any of this, that's when you anchor in. That's when it becomes something. And that's when you give the old version, that old story about who you are, more power. And we don't want to do that. Girl, we don't want to do that. We are new. We have stepped into a new timeline. We are in a whole new reality now, right? We are not who we used to be. And so we're shaking away, getting rid of those old stories. You are not that story anymore. I even found that even healing has been this big performance lately, where we are hashtagging our healing journey like it's some kind of a brand. And I'm not here to even talk about someone's healing journey. You know, we all have a healing journey, but the thing is that we don't have to explain it. We don't have to express it. It's not necessary. Because what we tend to do is to explain it to people that genuinely don't really care. They just don't. And our journey is our journey, and how we show up is just how we show up, no matter what we say. Because I've realized this my own self in my own life. I would have this story about who I am and how I acted, and I realized that not only do the people that I'm explaining myself to, do they not understand or care, but they've already perceived who I am. And I have no control of that. I have no control of how they are perceiving me. All I can do is show up, be truly who I am, be authentic, be myself, be me. You don't have to explain why you are the way you are. You are allowed to evolve without narrating, without announcing. You're allowed to just show up. Just show up. Just show up. You can just show up without needing to be understood. And not everything needs a label. Not everything needs this backstory. And sometimes the most spiritual and impactful thing you can do is just simply exist. Just exist. Let the label drop. Let yourself be. And if you are on a rewriting of your life, then I'm going to invite you to join me in the This Is My Life Masterclass. The link is in the bio. I hope to see you there. I know your soul will be so happy you did. So until next time, exist, darling. Exist.